This is Bloodshot on the Sega Mega CD, otherwise known as Battle Frenzy in the US and I think Germany as well. Right, this is a second video in the series, call it a series, 2 games that I've looked at on the Mega Drive, which are FPS games. So this came out around the same time as Zero Tolerance. Oh, don't stand on the mine. It's come about the same time as Zero Tolerance, and I remember reading about both of these in a magazine, probably the Sega, I think the official Sega magazine. That was the one I used to read anyway. Ooh, I love that. And yeah, I remember looking at both, and it was a 50-50, and I went for Zero Tolerance. So I picked this up years later on the Mega CD, and it's quite good. It's practically identical to the Mega Drive version, graphically at least. It's got a few more levels and the CD soundtrack, which you've probably heard me say before with other Mega CD games. But the strange thing is that the way that the Mega Drive game was able to handle the 3D was that it had a lot of code that was pre-computed on the cartridge, and with the Mega CD, because it didn't have that, pay attention, that ability to shoot him, no, not shoot him, the ability to, right, he's out of the way, the ability to load this pre-computed code from the cartridge, it had to render everything manually. However, as the Mega CD has a slightly faster CPU, the result is that the games look identical. So the Mega CD is doing it the laborious way with the same result, but with a faster CPU. And the other thing is that this version has levels which are slightly simplified because they have to fit into RAM, unlike the Mega Drive version. So this is quite a strange situation that the Mega CD hardware has been used, but it doesn't give a benefit of the Mega Drive. So yeah, bit of a strange anecdote. There is an interview with the guy that developed this game. I think it was just one guy who did all the programming, and he goes into details about that, so I certainly recommend checking that out. Right. It's full screen as well, unlike Zero Tolerance. I'm not saying that as if it's a bad thing, but the way it does it is that everything's mirrored, so everything from here up and down are the same, which is a rendering trick that gives it full screen. Right, shoot this guy. Ah! Yeah, the gameplay is a little bit different than Zero Tolerance. I like the feel of this, it feels a bit more solid. Here we go. But what you've got to do, instead of killing everything in the level, which was a bit boring for reasons I gave on the previous video, with this one you've got to destroy a reactor on each level and then escape, which adds a bit of tension to the game. Go on, get it. Shoot it. Uh-oh, one hit and I'm knackered. Ah. Oh, alright. At least it continues from there. Right. Need to get out quick. Yeah. The strange thing is that there isn't a gun. You can't see, well, there is a gun, but you can't see it, which is a bit odd. However, the enemy sprites are nice and big, which is good. I'm very thankful for a map in the top right corner. Although I wasn't really paying attention to where I came from, but I think it's this way. Yeah, just follow the carnage. Ah! No! Oh, stupid minds. Is this it? Is this the airlock? I think so. Yay. It sounded like that voice belched at me. How do you change your weapons? I'm not sure. I think you can only hold one gun at a time. But yeah. I think for an FPS, it's a little dated. But it's, you know, for its time it was certainly groundbreaking. What's this? Oh, locks on. And it's all cube based. You've heard me say this before, like Wolfenstein and Alien vs Predator on the Jaguar. But the thing I like from this is it gives a certain level of claustrophobia, and I think a lot of the games like this, like Corridor 7 on the PC, gave a real sense of claustrophobia that games like Doom perhaps didn't. I wonder if it's just the, you know, the regular, or the, you know, the repeating walls and... Can I press that? No. The repeating walls and the 90-degree corners. There must be a psychology reason, but I like it. Actually, the frame rate's a little bit low on this level. Where do I have to go? Have I got the key? Let's try this again. Yeah, the soundtrack's a bit dancey. Not really my cup of tea. Ooh, that looks like a cannon. Ooh. Where's he come from? Go away. I don't know what they are. They're not mines. Oh, one of those flying brain things that do stuff. Oh no, they're at 209. One of his. Go and get him. Yeah. Is this an airlock? Ah. I think I've seen this before. Yeah, this got a release in the this got a release in the US by a company called not Good Old Games, Good Deal Games. That's the one. In 2003, and they released a load of unfinished Mega CD games, just like Telegames did for the Jaguar. But I've no idea why this was not released outside Europe, which seems a bit bizarre. Get him. I think the difficulty is a little bit harder than games like Zero Tolerance or maybe even Doom. probably the frame rate. But I think if you were, you know, a kid in 1994, this might be a bit difficult. Or maybe if you were a kid in 1994, you'd probably have the time to practice a lot more than as oldies. Go on, stop dancing. This reminds me a little bit of the ship on the last level of the first mission, whatever, of Soulstar. You've got to shoot the reactor. This is where auto fire helps. Fairly low in health, so I don't want to step on any mines. Yeah. I like this bit, the tension from it. Where am I going? Who am I? What? Oh. Yeah. I can imagine this getting quite difficult for larger levels. Although I haven't played this very far, just the first 4 or 5 levels. Bonuses, how do you get bonus? Yeah. Yeah, certainly well recommended if you've got a Mega Drive and you fancy an FPS game. I think, should you go for this or the Mega Drive version? Probably the Mega Drive one. It's probably cheaper as well. At least now, probably cheaper. Oh, some kind of cyborg. Is it Arnie? Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, I think whichever, if you fancy this game, whichever's going cheapest on eBay, go for that one. Because they're both just about the same. I haven't played the Mega Drive one for a long time. As I say, a friend of mine had that, whereas I had zero tolerance. And from what I remember, the frame rate was perhaps even a little bit smoother than this. So, yeah, perhaps a thumbs down to the Mega CD in this case. Yeah. Thanks for watching.